Episode 1 of the 4th season of Overlord. And let me tell you, the 4th season is one that not only me, but I think everybody has been waiting for. It's been years since the anime came out, since the 3rd season came out. And the first 3 seasons were great, to be honest. I think everybody enjoyed those first 3 seasons. I mean, Overlord as an anime has been one of the best and most respected animes since it came out. So yeah, definitely this 4th season was very anticipated one. And the first episode started kind of slow, to be honest, kind of with a slow pace, but that's not necessarily a bad thing in my opinion. I think that is a great thing. And yeah, like I said, it started a little bit slow. It started off introducing us again to the world of Overlord, to Ainz, what he has been up to and things of that nature. We see him basically walking down his city now and basically seeing how things are, seeing how he can shape his city into a better one. We learn at the end of the episode he basically wants to recreate this city into the Ainz Guild, which is something that he strives for. The first part of the episode is basically him and Aura, Mare, and Albedo talking about what is going to become of the city, what Ainz wants. We also get introduced into what some of the opinions of the Ainz or Tomb of Nazareth want for the city. We get proposals from Ainz himself. I think this first episode can be translated into a setup for the next couple of episodes. This is not necessarily an episode that straight up starts the second season. I interpret it more as a first episode that is transitionary for starting the 4th season, which is probably going to start in the next couple of episodes, probably in the second episode. That is how I interpret this first episode, kind of a transitionary one, not necessarily as the first episode of the second season. It is more of a, like I said at the beginning of the review, it is more of a introductionary episode into the world of Overlord again. And yeah, we see the episode give us that formal introduction by him getting proposals, him walking in the city, him talking to the guild leader and stuff like that. We see a very important aspect of the anime that wasn't really explained in the first 3 seasons, which is what does Ainz want? What is his vision for his world conquering mission, and especially for the city, because we didn't really know what he wanted for the city. And we actually see that he actually doesn't want a bad or a forceful conquer or a forceful way of ruling. He actually has a very apparently kind way of ruling and an outcome that he wants for the city, which is basically to make it in a utopia, make everybody live under this city, under his city. And that's really a nice thing, to be honest, not something unexpected from Overlord, because in Overlord there isn't Ainz the guild of Ainz isn't necessarily a good one, as we learned from the first 3 episodes. And to get this side of Ainz and the way he wants to rule the city is really interesting and it's really nice, to be honest, compared to other stuff that we saw in the first 3 seasons. And we also get, when he's talking to the guild leader, we also get the hypocrisy of the human race, if you can call it like that. The hypocrisy, because we see that Ainz is a little bit more condescending to the other races, to demi-humans, to elves, to any other race compared to humans, because yes, humans do actually respect other demi-humans and slash humans, however you want to call it, but to a certain extent, because they're not willing to give it all for them. They're not willing to really die. They're not willing to defend them like they do for humans. And this is something Ainz takes issue with, because he does explain it to the guild leader that in his world view, in his utopia, he wants a city basically, or a guild city that actually integrates all of the races. Pretty interesting stuff, and it is him demonstrating the hypocrisy of the humans as he sees it. And yeah, although I said that the first episode wasn't really necessarily a first episode, it was more of a transitionary episode into the 4th season, which I think will start in the second episode. Although I did say that we did get a little bit here and there of actually a plot point for the 4th season. I don't know why I keep saying the second season, but for the 4th season, I think it was in the first part of the episode where we got a little bit more information from Albedo of what everybody else is doing, specifically the Murge, which is under a mission currently. I think it was in the kingdom that he's in a mission for. Albedo herself, at the end of the first half of the episode, we actually get into a mission also, which is a really important one, and a mission that will probably have consequences, not necessarily in a bad or good way, but consequences for the development of the 4th season, which that of itself, it actually does contribute to the fourth season compared to the other part of the episode, which was basically telling us the world vision Ainz had and things of that nature, what his city is currently under or looks like, because we see that everybody is scared of him and he wants to create I fear that everybody trusts him, because currently nobody trusts him. Everybody is scared of him because they don't know really how, like Pandora's actor said, they don't really know how Ainz will rule the city, and he wants to create this atmosphere not only for the humans, like I said, for all the races, that this is a city that everybody can feel safe being ruled upon on. And this is something probably that Ainz will strive for in this fourth season to achieve. I don't know if he will actually achieve it by the end of the season or whatever, but this is something that was clearly pointed out in this episode that he wants. But yeah, in this fourth season, we're definitely going to see Ainz interact more with the kingdom, with the empire, with the slave theocracy, and all the other mini nations probably that exist. I think this fourth season will get a little bit more aggressive in showing us Ainz interact and fight with the other nations, unlike the first three seasons. I mean, at the end of the third season, we see him actually take the lead and actually fight the empire. I think it was the kingdom. The ending of the third season was kind of a little bit of a taste, a little bit of a tease of what is to come in this fourth season. We shouldn't actually take this first episode as just how the rest of the season is going to be, because that is not how it's going to be. It is going to be a little bit more proactive. We're going to see a little bit more of action from our main protagonist Ainz, and from the other nations, and from the servants, and from everybody else. This is not really given of how the rest of the season will pan out. So yeah, don't expect that. Expect definitely more from how the third season ended. But yeah, this was a quick little review of the first episode of the fourth season. Like I said, slow but important stuff we were introduced to. More importantly, we were introduced to the general view of how Ainz plans to rule by his citizens and the people of his nation. And basically, that is everything for myself. I will definitely do episode review for the whole season. This is an anime that I plan to watch a long time ago. Since the first season came out, I plan to watch how many ever seasons came out, and definitely I will plan to review every single episode that comes out from here on out. And yeah, I hope you enjoy my review, and I guess I'll see you in the next episode review of the anime.